Here are the items that you guys will need for this DIY. You're going to need some 20 gauge wire. Actually, this is 22 gauge wire. So 22 gauge wire. You're going to need a fish hook, a ribbon closure. You're going to need two 12mm drizzled beads. You're going to need your E6000. You are also going to need your wire cutters, your round nose pliers, and you're going to need your bling. Okay? Okay guys, so the very first thing that we want to do is you want to measure out your length that you want your bling to be. Now it doesn't really matter. You don't have to make them long. You can make them short. You can make them any length that you want to, but this is the length that I am going to go with. So what I'm going to do, I am going to count 3 spaces, which is 1, 2, 3. And these are the 3 pieces that I am going to be using right here. So I am going to take my scissors and cut that out. Okay guys, so once you cut it out, right, I folded it in half. And once you cut it out, you want to cut it out in one long strip. So it's going to be one long strip. Now the next thing you're going to do, you're just going to take it and fold it in half. Like this. You want to fold it in half. Okay, and as you're folding it in half, just make sure that it is even. Okay. And once we make sure that it's even, we're going to take our ribbon closure and come up at the top. We're going to put the ribbon closure on. Fold it in half like that. And we're just going to take the ribbon closure and place it over top of that part right there. And this is what you guys are going to have, okay? Now the very next thing that we need to do is we need to close this. So we're just going to come over top of it like this and squeeze it. Okay? You want to come over top and squeeze it first so that you can once you squeeze it, it will be held in place. Okay? Then you can go to the side and you can squeeze one side and then squeeze the other side, and that way it is mounted inside, okay, and it's not going to go anywhere. And then you just want to come across a couple more times to secure it, to make sure that it's not going to come loose. And this is pretty much the start of our earring. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to take our E6000 and we're going to go ahead and start making our drizzled earrings. We're going to take the 22 gauge wire. I don't really like working with 22 gauge because it's not stiff enough. So actually guys, I'm going to switch this out and go with this 20 gauge. I like 20 gauge wire because it's stiffer. The 22 is a little bit, is softer. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut 2 pieces of this, and it does not really matter how short or long it is. We want to just cut 2 pieces because we have 2 pieces here. So we're going to cut 2 pieces, and I'm going to say cut maybe about 4 or 5 inches, if that. Okay guys, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and we're going to make a loop. We're going to give it some indentation. And then we're going to we're going to go ahead and add it to our bling earring. So we're just going to take this piece and push it through here. Wait a minute. Like that. And then we're going to take our round nose pliers and hold this piece and push this up and just wrap it around twice. Okay? And this is what you should have, guys. And we're going to take our wire cutters and cut the excess off. And I'm sorry, you guys, you are going to need some flat nose pliers. So we're going to take the flat nose pliers and just squeeze that in so it won't be sticking. And we're going to take our drizzle bead and we're going to place our first drizzle bead on top. And this is what you should have so far, okay? Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to close this off. So we're going to make a loop, go around like that. Then we're going to give it a little indentation. And then we're just going to wrap it around twice. That's once. And that's twice. And we're going to go ahead and snip off the excess. Now you can either do one bead or you can do two beads, but I prefer doing two to give the earrings a little length. So you pretty much want to do the same thing that we did the first time. It's just that we're going to be connecting this one onto this one. Okay, guys, so I made my loop and I am just going to take and feed this part through like this. And this is what you will have, guys. And then, of course, I am going to come up to the top, pinch this up, and just start wrapping it around. Once, twice. And okay, guys, so once you get that piece on, then you take your drizzle bead and you just drop that down like that. And then you come up to the top and you want to make your loop sideways. You want to make it sideways. So you bring it over, you bring it under, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. This is what I mean when I say you want your loop to be sideways. You want it to be sideways, not front. Okay, then you give it a little indentation. And then you just wrap it around, guys. Maybe once or twice. Wrap it around. And then you take your wire cutters and you snip off the excess. You squeeze that in. And you want to make sure that your work looks presentable. And then this is what you will have. But we're still not done with this. We're not done. So we're going to go ahead and put on our fish hook. Put our fish hook on. And we're going to close this in. Now, the next part is completely up to you. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. You can actually leave it just the way it is. You can leave the earring just the way it is. You can leave it like this, or we have to cut the bottom off because there's some extra down the bottom. But what I want to do is I don't want mine to be like this. So I am going to take my scissors and I am just going to cut all the way up to like maybe cut all the way up to like, and leave two of these intact. Don't cut through two of them. Okay, we're going to do this one too. And there you have it. And this is what you'll have. Your earring will look like this. Okay, guys, so ladies and gentlemen, so this is what you will have, okay? These are pretty long. Don't have my... Let's see how long these actually are. These are really long, guys. Let's see. They're about 6 inches. Yep, they're six inches long, which is a nice length. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and to today's DIY. I thank you guys so very much. You all have a wonderful, awesome day. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and thanks for watching. Peace and blessings, y'all. Bye-bye.